Ever wish you could just hit play and instantly be in the loop on, well, anything?
Yeah, like some sort of personalized podcast, but for any topic you can imagine.
Exactly. Like, what if there was an AI that could take your notes, your research, even those late-night Wikipedia rabbit holes, and turn them into a polished audio deep dive?
Okay, that sounds seriously futuristic.
Right. Well, Google's Notebook LM might just be the thing.
Notebook LM. I think I saw something about that. It's like AI for your notes, right?
It is, but it's way more than just, organizing your to-do list. This thing is mind-blowing. We're talking about an AI that learns from your specific knowledge base. Like, it knows what you know.
Hold on. So it's not just drawing from the entire internet like most AI.
Nope. This is different.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. So how does that work exactly?
Basically, you feed it your stuff, PDFs, articles, even web pages, and it uses that as its only source of information.
Huh. So it's like a personal researcher who only reads what you tell them to.
Exactly. And get this, Steven Johnson, the where good ideas come from guy, he's all over this tech.
Well, if Steven Johnson's excited, I'm definitely listening. But what's got him so hyped? What can it actually do?
So based on what we've seen, Notebook LM can generate FAQs, timelines, even full-blown briefing documents from your material.
Okay, so it's like having a research team on speed dial, but without the coffee break.
And the all-nighters. And this is where it gets even wilder. It can even kind of, replace podcast hosts.
Wait, what? Now I'm a little worried.
Don't worry, I'm not sending out my resume just yet. But check this out. There's this Perspective Agents feature. Essentially, you upload a document and it generates a podcast-style discussion, like with two different AI voices, each offering perspectives on your material.
You're kidding. So I could upload like my meeting notes and have these AI voices hashing out the key takeaways.
Exactly. The article we have here used the example of a 260-page book. Someone uploaded it, and Notebook LM created a whole podcast in minutes.
No way. And would the AI just like read the book aloud?
No, it was like a real conversation. Apparently there was banter, even some laughs. They said it was surprisingly engaging.
Okay, now my mind is officially blown.
Mine too. And it gets even crazier. We'll be back in a bit to unpack all that. All right, so we've covered some pretty wild stuff with Notebook LM so far. But let's, bring it back down to earth for a second.
Yeah, like how would someone actually use this in real life?
Exactly. So say you're prepping for a big presentation. You've got piles of research, articles, competitor analysis.
Okay, I'm with you. That's like every week for me.
Right. So instead of pulling an all-nighter sifting through it all, you feed it to Notebook LM. It can create a briefing document with key takeaways, talking points, all tailored to you.
So it's like Cliff's Notes, but for like everything.
Pretty much. But let's get a little more, niche. Say I'm trying to wrap my head around something complex like quantum physics.
Yeah.
Could it make that, digestible?
Quantum physics. Ambitious. But yeah, actually, that's where the whole Perspective Agents thing shines. Imagine uploading a research paper on quantum entanglement.
Okay, I'm listening.
And instead of just a boring summary, you get a podcast episode with two AI voices breaking it down.
So I'm basically getting a personal tutor on quantum physics in podcast form.
Yeah, they could debate theories, point out the most mind-bending parts. It's
Right.
like you're part of the conversation.
See, now you're speaking my language. But the article mentioned that Notebook LM's conversational style was really engaging, even funny sometimes. Are they, programming humor into the AI?
It makes you wonder, right? It's one thing to process information, but to make it funny, that's next level.
Seriously. And there was another interesting tidbit. The person who tested it with their own book said Notebook LM actually did a better job summarizing their work than a custom-trained OpenAI agent.
Wow. So it's not just summarizing, it's like actually understanding the material on a deeper level.
Right. It's kind of impressive and a little unnerving at the same time.
Definitely. If AI can outperform us in analysis and comprehension, what does that mean for the future of, well, everything?
Huge question. But I think it all boils down to how we use it, right?
Exactly. AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad. We have to be mindful of that as this technology keeps evolving.
Couldn't agree more. And that brings up another important point, maybe a bit of a less comfortable one. So we've talked about AI creating content, but what about manipulating it? Things get a little, unsettling there.
Right, like the whole seeing is believing thing is kind of out the window these days.
Exactly. We're talking about AI that can create synthetic audio, mimic voices so well, you can't tell if it's real or not.
And that's not just some fun party trick. Think about the implications. Misinformation, manipulation, even identity theft.
Exactly. And Stephen Levy, the tech journalist we mentioned, he used this term audio sludge. What if we're just flooded with so much AI-generated content, it's impossible to find what's real, what's trustworthy?
And it's not just the quantity, right? It's the intent. If AI can create super convincing arguments, but they're designed to mislead, how do we even navigate that?
It's a minefield out there, and honestly, it's kind of scary to think about.
It is. But on the flip side, think about the potential for good, like AI that could translate complex research into podcasts anyone could understand, or even personalized learning, where AI tailors educational content to how you learn best.
Okay, yeah, there's that too. It's like this incredible tool that could go either way.
Exactly. It's up to us to figure out how to use it responsibly to enhance our lives, not create more problems.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Mm.
So, what does this all mean for everyone listening? Basically, be critical thinkers. Just because something sounds real doesn't mean it is.
This whole deep dive into Notebook LM has been pretty wild, right? It's exciting, it's a little scary, but one thing's for sure, this tech is here to stay.
Totally. And it's going to keep changing how we learn, create, interact with information. But like we've been saying, it's a tool. And we, the humans, need to decide how to use it.
Absolutely. Well said.
And on that note, we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on all of this? Hit us up in the comments and let's keep this conversation going. Until next time.